opportunities, 3 attempts. If they fail on those 3 attempts, it is also a DNF. Here we go again, the barrel roll. Thank you very much to the judges from the US who very kindly brought for me this year a little disc, a little badge, which they had created themselves for this event, with this very obstacle on it as an image, as a logo, the Dream Killer. Vamos, vamos. That's one over. You can see the stoppers just at the top of your screen there. You just got to get it to those stoppers, which is not the full length of this frame. You can see how technique wins. That's another one. As one of the Alacran team members, one of the leading members, is through that water splash, opting to go head first through the pipe. Lovepreet Singh says online, good morning. Yes, good morning to you, Lovepreet. This is the most difficult task. I think you're referring to the barrel roll, aren't you? That's what we were just watching moments ago. UAESWATchallenge.com is where you can find the order of the day, the schedule, who's going out first. But the general rule of thumb is the top teams will be out last. The teams at the bottom of the timing tables are out first this morning. And the thing about this this barrel roll is you can't, if you fail on the first attempt, you can't just immediately attack it again. You need to get that lactic acid out your arms, deep breath, just make sure you're ready, as you can see he's doing. Try and relax those shoulders, easier said than done, because you can see out the corner of your eye your colleagues already off and away, whether it be the fireman's tower or the water splash or the pipe. Here we go. This looks good. Good rhythm. This looks much better. That's it. It's over. Oh, you see the frustration. You can see the frustration. Oh, you feel for every single member of every single team that fails this obstacle course on the Dream Killer. It's that personal disappointment that they've let their teammates down. And over the years, once you don't get it the first time, it just gets harder. That barrel roll strikes again and breaks the hearts of another team. Here come the ladies, the BRT team of Chile. and over the Jacobs ladder. And I have to say, I think the Chilean ladies have given us the biggest lesson this week in determination and never giving up. Father Mocker, who, are you trying to test me with that name? Father Mocker? I know it's first thing in the morning. He says, I can't even begin to dream about doing a couple of pull-ups. This looks incredibly hard. It is. That rope climb is, 4 meters off the ground. A bodyweight climb. They've got to touch that yellow bar at the top. Troy Felly online as we see the Chilean women tackle the traverse wall. Says they all start out looking great and eventually they are as lackluster as kale. Oh, brilliant, Troy. Yeah, I've never liked kale myself. I don't think anyone here eats kale. Smashed avocados on toast, kale. You need a lot more than that in your system to tackle this obstacle course today. Steak for breakfast. Or pap, if you're one of the South African teams. Salam says, Joe, what did you have for breakfast? Salam had smashed avocados on toast. I'm ashamed of it. I know it won't happen again, Salam. Eat spinach. Like Popeye. Says Patriotex Online. Well, the girls are going good so far. Horse jump, then the foot wall, which they're on at the moment. They are one of the 5 ladies teams involved this year. 5 female teams, BRT of Chile. You also have female teams from Belarus, from Thailand, 2 teams from the Emirates as well. This is the human ladder. This is my favorite obstacle out on the course there. It's clouding over a little bit here at Al Ruwaya. It's still a cool morning though. Not much in the way of breeze today. The snipers will be annoyed about that because yesterday, which was their really testing day, day 4, the tower challenge. Hold on. Yes, it was a really difficult day for the snipers. And today, barely a breath of wind. I bet they wish they were going out onto that tower for the long-range shot this morning rather than yesterday morning. They've done it. Where others have failed, the Chilean ladies have completed the human ladder down the fireman's pole. As they just cross the 5-minute mark. Still plenty of time. And it's the monkey bars now. They can't touch the ground. If they fall, if any of the competitors fall, they have to go back to the beginning and do it again. 3 attempts at each and every obstacle. And then it's a DNF. The judges will call a halt to it. The crawl pit. Well, like I said, it cannot be understated. Their mental strength and determination to get here to the end of day 5, the end of their day 5. The BRT ladies team from Chile, but also after the disaster on day 3 in the ice bath, to come back from that, not only to finish the challenge, but then to carry on both yesterday, day 4, I hope when they get back to Chile that they'll be given lessons and giving interviews, going into schools and universities and talking about overcoming adversity and setbacks.
To report so you can check your identification.
Here we go, the barrel roll. It is all about technique, getting that swing going.
Canada, Vietnam, and Jordan, you need to check in and have your ID checked. Check in with the official. Canada, Vietnam, and Jordan.
Through the water splash, head first into the pipe. Not the first time they've got wet this week. And then the high wire. They're still plugging away, the ladies. The fastest female team across this course last year was the Dubai Police C team, the Dubai Police ladies. They did it in 10 minutes 45 seconds. As the whistle goes, They've reached the time limit of 10 minutes, which has been introduced this year, and the Dubai Police ladies would have crossed that time limit as well if there was a cap in 2023, which there wasn't at that particular time. It's something that's been introduced this year. But they're not the first team to DNF so far this morning, the Chilean ladies. Well, their campaign for 2024 is over. Well done. Well done, ladies. Well done for coming. Well done for getting back up when you were down. You have been an inspiration. Right, next up, it's Fujairah Police Force. Jacob's Ladder is the first. That's a fabulous view. Up and over one, down and under the next bar. I beg your pardon, it's the Brazilian team. Exactly sure what happened to Fujairah. We'll try and find out. So the Brazilians, who a number of Brazilian teams that are involved this year. They're not the only ones. We saw the Sao Paulo seniors go out a little bit earlier on. It is reverse order today. The breeze is picking up, not that that makes any difference to those competitors out there today. It's probably a bonus, actually, keeping them cool. Here is the human ladder. Vamos, la Bopi, says Mwawa. Jimmy Arturo Lopez Juarez says, let's go, Bopi. Very good morning from Albania, from Sylvie. Wish you all a beautiful day. Thank you very much. Yes, Albania out relatively soon. The Albanian guys very kindly popped in here and gave me a sifteli, which is like a little mini guitar. Traditional mini guitars. Thousands of years old, apparently. Not this one that they gave me. I need more black coffee, says John. Yeah, so do I. Boppy of Brazil across the monkey bars. Then it's the ninja boards, which don't seem to pose a problem for anyone. This little run here of monkey bars, ninja boards, 3 a.m. Where is that, Miguel? Am I supposed to guess? Moa says, Joe, are you there in Dubai? Yes, I'm right here on site at this year's UAE SWAT Challenge, Moa. The top teams will be going out a little bit later. We had a thrilling finish to the Tower event yesterday. Akhmat, they rattled around in 245.8. No penalties. Kalkan of Kyrgyzstan thought they'd done it, and then Akhmat, who one of the last teams out, just pipped them. Those sides, and Ansada as well, who came in third yesterday, picked up the third prize. They will all be going out later today, as we see Boppy from Brazil tackling the barrel roll. They don't seem to be having too many issues. The first through the water splash. It's 11:25 in Vancouver. Mahmoud Al Tabarani says, where can we get the times for each team when they'll start? Online, UAESWATchallenge.com. It has not only the results of each day this week, but also the overall standings as we begin day 5, the final day of the UAE SWAT Challenge.
On deck should be the Star Unit, Singapore, number 12, London, ERU, Canada, and 13, SOG, Jordan, followed by number 15, PSO, Jordan.
Oh, he stepped on the sand. He's got to go back and do it again. Oh! Remember, 3 attempts you're allowed at the obstacle course, and then it's a DNF. Now, this caught out a lot of teams last year, this rope jump. Wait, the judge, I think he put a foot down. I think the judge has called a DNF here for a third failed attempt of Boppy of Brazil. He'd made it across at the third attempt, and then just as he was stepping off, he put a foot down. Oh, disaster for Boppy of Brazil. Well, how many times last year did we see what is such a simple obstacle catch out so many teams? Oh, they'll be devastated. It's one thing missing out after the dream killer destroys you, but to have 3 failed attempts on the rope swing. It's not high, it's not long, Let's have another look at it. I think this was his third and final attempt, which he made over. There was no issue there. It was just that step back. Oh. I have no doubt that'll go over and over in his mind. Penalisation, says Jimmy Arturi. Absolutely right. Rope swing, you're absolutely correct. Thank you for correcting me on that. What did I say? Rope jump. You're laying it. You're right, rope swing. Yeah, I just saw it at the corner of my eye. The back step, you're absolutely right. That back step after he completed it at the third attempt. Yeah, one slip up, you're absolutely correct. Tex, one slip up can sink the ship. I wouldn't go that far, but I know what you mean. It's a figure of speech. No ships here on the obstacle course. Day 5, the final day of this SWAT Challenge 2024. Yes, it wasn't just the back step. Just to point out, 3 attempts, each obstacle. Any member that fails it 3 times, that's it. It's good night, Dubai. Sylvie says that poor guy from Boppy was so sad that he failed his team. Yes, I think it's really worth pointing out to those of you who are watching this at home and around the world how there's so much camaraderie. Remember, these guys have trained together for months and months in many cases for this event, so they've got to know each other. They're all from the same department, same police department to begin with, so they know each other. And then they fly in here to Dubai, to the Emirate of Dubai, and they're in a hotel for minimum a week, sometimes more, depending on what time they arrive. So there's this great team spirit and camaraderie that's built up over the course of that time. And then when one small detail lets the side down, they take it very, very personally. And we saw that the other day with the Royal Thai Police. One clipped target, he was absolutely devastated because they went round it such a lick. And then to have that 30-second time penalty because of a disc that didn't drop. Yes, it was clipped, but remember those targets had to drop. And you could see his emotion. Now this is a new obstacle this year. It's called the balance beam. It's on coil springs, so not too taxing, but just enough to make them think. It's very narrow as well. Go Star Unit. That's the Singaporean team that are out in the course at the moment, the Star Unit of Singapore. Octobrian Girl says, "May the Force be with you." What do you think this is? Star Wars? As far as I'm aware, Luke Skywalker and his rebels are not in today's draw. Joe Herrera. Hello, Joe. Great name. Why are these guys using gloves? They can use anything on their... some have used tape, we've seen. Some have taped their hands up. These guys aren't using gloves. I think have they got salt? You can see them with some sort of powder on their hands, just to help and aid the grip. I haven't seen anyone with gloves, but I'm sure there may be. You need them. You really do need them on this course. Cuts and blisters. Sylvia's asking me what the funniest moment of the 5 days has been. Your comments, probably, Sylvie. You and your sofa specialists. You've kept me going through the long days. Kept these guys going as well. There's a number of the teams have told me during the course of the week that they've heard comments from home, names that were familiar as they were going around the various obstacles, and it just G'd them up and cheered them on. Thomas Thurston says Team Reggie should be the highlight of this year. Yeah, I agree. Chalk, that's right. Yeah, chalk. Is chalk against the rules? I don't think chalk is against the rules. I'd say the best is chalk or moleskin gloves. Oh yes, moleskin. How do we get into a glove discussion? Yesterday we saw the O.J. Simpson gloves, didn't we? Razak says online, I think it's a game of patience. Well, yes, you've got to beat the clock, but certainly technique comes into it, which I think is what you're referring to. Spencer Hastings is asking about the timing of the Turkey teams. 58 and 62, I'm told, in the draw this morning. So I beg your pardon, it won't be this morning. If they're 58 and 62, it will be this afternoon. Ral L says, super proud of the Chilean ladies. They are true inspirational women. Can't wait to see them again next year. You're absolutely right. They have been an inspiration. They've already gone. They're done. Here come the Singaporean boys over the Irish table. The star unit of Singapore. They're well inside the 10-minute mark. They've just got one more obstacle to complete. As the fight, this Irish table obstacle is just high enough to cause problems. Oh, keep going, keep going. His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum in attendance this morning. Yep. One more, one more. Yes, and the final obstacle, the solo wall, as his colleagues haul him up and over. Will they make it inside that 10-minute cap? We head towards the 9-minute mark. Here we go. Here we go. Haul him up. Oh, by the pants if necessary. And they're down and across the finish line in 9:05.0, and you can see the exhaustion as he sinks to his knees, breathing heavy. It's a test, it's a real test. The final day, day 5 of the UAE SWAT Challenge, live from the Emirate of Dubai. wherever you are watching around the world, and quite a few of you. Andy Neo, he said he's proud of his team. He's watching live now in Singapore.
Number 13, Vietnam Police, you need to be in the on-deck area. 14, Special Operations Group, Jordan. 15, PSO, Police Special Operations, Jordan. You need to be in the on-deck and backup circles.
So, next up, London ERU of Ontario, Canada. I know there's a few of you stayed up late, what is it, the early hours of the morning to watch the Canadians in action. I was chatting to them earlier on this morning. They've thoroughly enjoyed their time and learned a lot of lessons as well. Lilia Kuza says, I'm watching from the office in TCOM. Keep your head down. Don't let the boss see. I wish I was there watching it live. Look, it's on all day. Lilia Kuza, you can come down after work if you like here to Al Rawaya. Zam Tan says, in 2025, please invite teams from Korea and Japan. That's a great idea. Great idea. There will be more countries, 41 countries involved this year. I'm sure that number of participants from around the globe will only increase next year. Yef says, go Canada. Redlime says it can't be London, it's the United Arab Emirates. No, London is the name of the team, Redlime, not the place. London is a place, actually. It's two places. London, England, London, Ontario. And the Canadian boys are from London, Ontario in Canada. It's much cooler today. Those of you who were watching last year will remember that on the final day it was very hot indeed and some of the teams struggled. This year, cooler conditions, bit of breeze blowing across the course here. Now it's the human ladder, my favorite bit of this event. It requires a bit of thought and a bit of technique. Right, that's one. 4 more to go. Oh, keep going, keep going. 2. That's 3. Don't pull his pants down. There we go, they're up. They're over. The balance beam is next. And then the monkey bars. Coty van Rensburg says, go Takis from South Africa. I'm watching you from my desk while the boss is with our teams at the SWAT challenge. Really? I'm getting rather concerned about the number of people watching from either at school or from their desk at the office. Sefu says, I'm a game designer. I'm working and watching at the same time. Spacefast says, have the South Africans been yet? No, is the answer. They're still to come. They're a little bit later on, both of the South African teams, SOPS and the STF. Kim Jordan says, I'm watching from Bohol in the Philippines. Shima says, I didn't know London was in Canada. Oh, here we go. There is a London in Canada, Shima, and there is a London in England. There's two Londons. This is London, Ontario. The guys from London, Ontario on the cargo net. Miguel Chavez says, they don't seem fit enough. Who are you referring to, Miguel? Another sofa specialist. And here is the dreaded barrel roll. You can see the stoppers. Oh, that's the first attempt. You can see the yellow stoppers just at the top of your screen. That's where it ends. There we go. Good. There we go. Adnan says, I'm watching live right now from a military camp. What do you think, Adnan? Myra says, my boss is just on CCTV. I think they think I'm working, whilst instead I'm watching the UAE SWAT Challenge live. With Joe on silent. That's a good thing, Myra. That's smart. Already, London ERU have team members at the top of the tower. Remember, 2 members must climb the wall, whilst the others can go up the platforms. They can choose, but minimum 2 members must climb up that wall. Neff says the Canadian boys win the mustache award. You think? Not sure. I think the Saudis will give them a good run for their money. I think I prefer the Kuwait team from Saudi's mustaches. They're pretty impressive. Wish I could grow one like that myself. Come on. Pat Latt says, Joe, did you create the dream killer? No, I didn't. I will not be held responsible for that. John says, I'm rooting for Mr. Moustache from London. Come on. Don't stop. Here we go. Here we go, Yalla. There goes the whistle. 3 attempts. A DNF. The dream killer strikes again. That's why it is the dream killer. We've seen in recent years teams rattle around this course to that point of the barrel roll, and then it all just falls apart.
Need the following teams to report to the starting line. That would be Special Operations Group Jordan, 15 PSO Police Special Operations Jordan, 16 Great Columbia, and 17 Columbia Police Department.
Right, it's the turn of the Vietnamese police. They go next over the Jacob's Ladder. Dark Jade is asking what number the Philippines are. Any teams that you're asking about in terms of when they go out, UAESWATchallenge.com is the place you can see the draw. Just as a general rule of thumb to let you know, in terms of the standings at the end of yesterday, the teams that were slowest went out first this morning. The teams that are quickest and in for this year's title, they will be going out last. Solar Frost says this is like parkour. Those of you who know parkour, it's a wonderful sport. Not quite like parkour, but similar. Solar Frost says this is so hard and challenging. Yes, it is. As they head across the ninja boards through the crawl pit. Next up is the cargo net, and then the dreaded dream killer. Mahmoud is asking what DNF stands for. It means did not finish, Mahmoud. There are 2 ways teams can DNF. One is if they attempt, or a team member attempts the same obstacle 3 times and fails. The other is if they cross the 10-minute mark, the 10-minute limit. Mohammed Martin says it's been an absolute privilege this week to watch the best SWAT teams from across the globe giving their best. I totally agree with you, Mohammed. However, he says I'm missing India's participation. Yeah, Pakistan, they have been regular participants. They were here last year, here again this year. We definitely need to have India involved in the UAE SWAT Challenge at some point in the future. May the best team win. Feet first through the pipe for the Vietnamese police. They're going quite good, actually. Is this going to be the quickest time of the morning so far? As some of the leaders, as we head towards the stronger sides in this year's competition, expect the times to tumble. As the first team members are tackling the Irish table. No problems on the rope swing for them. Up and over. Only the solo wall to come. And then they will be across the finish line. The first members are up and over that wall. It is, what is it, about 2.5 meters high. Loden Jorgensen says, "Good morning, Vietnam." Oh, I like it. As they cross the finish line, and they are happy with that. The quickest time so far today for the Vietnamese police. 5:41.5. No DNFs, no problems. Citizen says, I have a question. If a group of my friends create a team, can we register to participate? No, is the answer, Citizen. These are all professionals and they're all active service members. The Special Operations Group of Jordan are out next. Both the Jordanian teams, they go out back to back. It's a Special Operation Group of Jordan first, then the Police Special Operation team that are out next. And just a point between them. So it's all on the line here. It's all on the line between these two sides from Jordan. What do you think is better, going first or going second? The PSO will have a time target once their colleagues complete the course, so they'll have something to work towards. That can be a help, it can be a hindrance.
Next up would be 14 Special Operations Group Jordan. 15 PSO Police Special Operations Jordan. 16 Great Columbia. 17 Police National Columbia. 18 Special Force Kyrgyzstan.
Oh, the human ladder is tackled with ease by the Jordanians. Wu says, I'm watching this while eating a bag of chips and drinking a soda in my bed. Yeah, I think there's a few doing that all the while thinking that they could do this better themselves We've seen quite a lot of that this week. Here we go, the Jordanians across the monkey bars. It's then the pit crawl, cargo net, and the one that we all look forward to, those of us who are also sitting on our sofas, and that is the barrel roll. Well, you can come here to Al Rawaya, to the event itself. I've seen quite a few fans of the Chinese teams walking past my commentary box window with their flags. Chinese teams out a little bit later on. Mamadaj says, is the prize money distributed to the entire department or just the participants, Joe? I don't know. I think it's up to them themselves. It goes into the staff party pot. That's one down. You've got to get that barrel back to the beginning as well. Adnan Hulk is asking who's top of the timings. It's Dubai Police B team. I think that's you're referring to overall. Either way, if you want to keep track of not only today's timings but the results from earlier on this week, then UAE-SWAT-challenge.com. So the Jordanian team have four members across the barrel roll. This is the fifth and final member. Yalla, yalla. 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 Oh. Not over yet though. Right, whilst his colleagues are heading across the high wire, it's going to be a, what is it, a third and final go. I think it's the third attempt. Ooh. That's the first attempt of the rope swing. Remember, the rope swing last year and already this year has caught out one or two team members. It's such a simple obstacle, yet a lot of them are just not clean in the way they tackle it. And here we go again. The Special Operations Group of Jordan. All eyes. All eyes are on the Dream Killer. Oh, and there goes the whistle to end the challenge of the Special Operations Group of Jordan. The Dream Killer strikes again. Well, Judging by the music in the background, I have a feeling the Latinos are getting ready to head out soon. Another one of the Latino teams. We heard some fabulous music to entertain the Sao Paulo seniors a little bit earlier on. Mexico are coming up soon. A lot of support for Mexico. We have COT of Brazil as well. So here's the second of the Jordanian teams. What will be going through their minds after seeing their colleagues come unstuck at the Dream Killer? First up is the rope climber. Remember, they have to touch that yellow bar. You saw teams last year where they got close, took a swing at it, didn't quite catch it with their fingertips, and then had to do it all again. Herma Jane says, I'm waiting patiently for the PNP. Yes, the Philippines National Police Force. They've yet to come, yet to go out. Lorden is asking how many degrees Celsius it is there, as in what's the temperature? It's 22 degrees, Lorden. What temperature is it with you? Right, here is the human ladder. Just getting set, and this strategy, I think, certainly from witnessing it last year, is the best, where they get on top of each other and then readjust themselves before those guys at the bottom of the ramp take that run up, locking themselves onto the ankles. And I think you see there how smart that strategy is. They make it look so simple in terms of the a comparison with the teams who went out earlier on. Tech says they make it look so easy, but this course is brutal. You're absolutely right. Monkey bar challenge now. Now those ninja boards, which I said had been extended this year down to the ground, extended down to the sand. I wonder how hot the judges will be on that if any of the competitors go for the bottom of those boards and touch the sand. Will they be eagle-eyed and send them back to do it again? It's a simple obstacle. There's no issue with it, but I think come the teams at the finish just being clean. Steve says, imagine these teams running this course with vests. I imagine, Steve, you're referring to bulletproof vests and equipment vests, not the kind of vest that I go to bed in at night. You're absolutely right. I don't think there's any way they could do this obstacle course fully kitted up. We saw over the course of the last 4 days how much kit they have to carry. They have obstacles there as well. Not as many obstacles as they do today. But you're absolutely right, Steve. Certainly all of that kit is a hindrance. The second of the Jordanian teams. This is where it ended for their colleagues that went out just minutes ago. Two across. 3 more to come. A number of you asking about the teams from Kazakhstan. They are coming up later on. Capket says, where can we find the schedule? You can find it online, UAESWATchallenge.com. Water splash. Through the pipe, and it's the high wire. Good morning to you, Sylvie. Sylvie's asking if anyone, or good afternoon it is, actually, we've just gone past noon here, Sylvie, in Dubai. Sylvie's asking if anyone knows about the guy who damaged his ankle yesterday. If you're referring to the Moroccan, I did see him this morning. The one that fell off the wooden wall. He has fractured his foot, Sylvie, but he's in good spirits and watching on, or was watching on, when the Moroccan team went out this morning. There are 8 members in the group. Although each event is a 5-team member event, they do have replacements. So it is going to be the PSO of Jordan who will complete this obstacle course. They have time. They've got 1 team member still on the high wire. He looks like he may be struggling though. And their leader at the front is already on the solo wall. As we head towards the 8-minute mark, remember there's a cap this year, there's a limit, 10 minutes in total. So that 5th team member needs to get a crack on. He's at the rope swing. No problems there. Just has the Irish table to complete. And then his colleagues will be waiting for him at the solo wall. This he's got to do on his own. He can't get any assistance. He can get assistance at the solo wall though. 8.5 minutes gone. Still time, still time. They haul him up and over. They're going to make it. Across the finish line, the special police operation of Jordan. And in the final standings, that'll put them ahead of their colleagues.
PSO Jordan, PSO Special Operations Jordan.
Next up, it's the Colombians. Grupo Antiterrorista, the Grate team from Colombia. And again, just like the Jordanians, both of the Colombian sides neck and neck in this competition. So a little tournament within the tournament for these guys. They're both on 84 points, Grate and GOER, who will come next. If you're not going to win the trophy this year, you definitely want to be the top team getting on that plane back to your home country. Fingertips and toes across the traverse, then it's the attic entry, as you see in the middle of your screen. Then the horse jump. Has a horse ever been over that? Jimmy Arturo Lopez says, let's go arepas. Oh, I do love an arepa. If you've never had an arepa, a food that's prevalent in Colombia, I suggest you do. Very tasty. Muy sabroso. Thank you to our sponsors and supporters for this year's event at the UAE SWAT Challenge 24. Al Badad, Al Fatame, Lari Exchange and Innoventive 3D. Also including Emirates NBD and My Dubai, as well as the other supporters such as Emirates Auction and PHI Advertising. We were talking about injuries earlier on as we see the Grate team from Colombia tackle the cargo net. No issues there. You see a lot of teams opting to go for sneakers for this obstacle course, and understandably so, instead of combat boots. One or two have used combat boots. But yes, coming back to injuries, I was talking about one of the Moroccan assaulters who got a fracture. It's a little bit worse, I'm afraid, for the team member of Sunkar. The Power of Five is asking what happened to him. Yes, it is a broken shin bone, I am told. He fell off the tower on the tower event yesterday. Came down with no problem and then just fell that final, what was it? It wasn't very high, it was only maybe about 15 feet or something, where he just, I don't know, let go. Ankle went under him. But that too was a break. Just goes to show you how serious this competition is. And how dangerous it is as well. Vamos, vamos. The fireman's tower, 2 team members must go up that climbing wall. The others can go up the giant steps if they like. But there is a minimum. They can do it either way, but there is a minimum. Colombia have crossed the 5-minute mark. They're heading towards the 6-minute mark. They still have time. Oh, the whistle has gone. Is that someone else? I thought I'd heard a whistle. Did I hear one of the judges whistle? Has there been an obstacle that's... No, they're still going. Where did that whistle come from? This is like being at a football match when someone in the crowd blows a whistle. That is all going. They're still going. Grate of Colombia. I didn't see any triple faults, which would have resulted in a DNF. Lots of kids have come here today to Al Ruwaya to watch the Day 5 of the UAE SWAT Challenge, the obstacle course, so maybe it was one of them. You had me going for a minute. Tabiso is asking if South Africa has been out yet. No is the answer. They are still to come. They finished the Irish table. Still time, still plenty of time. Like I said at the beginning of the morning, the average is expected to be around the 7-minute mark. The average time today. The quickest teams will probably do this in 4 minutes, 4.5 minutes. But I am guessing that we won't see the quickest teams out until later on today. As the Colombians make their way over the final obstacle. Vamos! Up and over. And across the finish line. In a time of 7:57 dead for Grate of Colombia. They'll be happy with that. There have been... How many DNFs have we had today so far? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm just waiting for my results to update, but certainly there's at least 8 who've DNF'd. I think there's only been about 3 or 4, maybe 5 that have made it round inside the allotted 10 minutes.
Next in the on-deck box,
great to see the Chilean women's team who made that long journey from South America to be one of the female teams this year. Great to have them.
Uzbekistan should be in the on-box, followed by the UAE, China, Montenegro, and USA, New York.
Mr. MQ has a fabulous question as we see the second of the Colombian teams head out. He says, what was the fastest time last year? Well, it was the Uzbekistan team. They went round this obstacle course in 4:22. Ouch. Ahmad, who rattled round the tower course last night, they did this in 4:32. So expect that to be quicker though this year, because conditions last year, they were heavy. They were really heavy. It was an unusually hot day for this time of year in the United Arab Emirates, so it took its toll on a lot of the teams. The heat and humidity that day. I expect those times to be broken this year. In fact, we may even see the first sub 4 minute time. Who knows? Anyway, we'll have to wait, because Ahmad and Kalkan and Dubai Police, who were all quick around the course last year, they go out towards the end of the day. Into the cargo net for the Colombians. They have seen their colleagues. What can they do? Can they better that time? It'll certainly be their target, that's for sure. Here we go. Here we go. They're done. 2 across, 3 to go for the barrel roll. Oh, that wonderful Latin music is blowing again in the wind around the course here this Wednesday. What is that? Bit of merengue? Corsi says, hello from Mexico. Can you send greetings to Chad e King Kong? No, I can't. Vamos, vamos. Two of the GOER team on the high wire. Rope swing next. Looking good at the moment. You can hear them just, they're allowed a couple of assistants. We have one more on the barrel roll. Uno, oh, and there goes the whistle. Once more, once more. That dream killer strikes. Oh, they'll be disappointed with that after seeing their colleagues cross the finish line. How many victims are there going to be today on the Dream Killer? So one of the Colombian teams has made it. One didn't. And next out of the gate and on the Jacob's ladder, as you can see, is the Boru force from Kyrgyzstan. They haven't been as electric as their colleagues, the Kalkan colleagues. They come later on. There are a number of teams that, in my opinion, are in the mix for the title of SWAT Challenge 2024. A tournament that's currently led by Dubai Police B, but Ahmat, they had a slow start to the week, the current champions, but they've been on a roll in the last couple of days. Sardar of Kazakhstan, I wouldn't rule them out either. The point scoring system that a number of you are asking about, very simple. There are 73 teams involved this year in the UAE SWAT Challenge. If you come in first, if your team comes in first, you get the full tally of points, 73. You come in last, you get 1. The team with the most points over the course of the week goes home with the trophy. And the first prize. A total prize fund of 1 million dirhams this year. Keep your comments coming in for me, the commentator. Wonder Guy says, Joe, is there some place where we can find the order? Yes, I'll keep repeating that question and keep filling you in, because I know that people are switching on at different times throughout the course of the day to see their respective teams. The answer to you, Wonder Guy, is that it's online at uaeswatchallenge.com. You can see the draw for day 5. But in general, the fastest teams are out last. The slowest teams went out first from the 4 days so far. Mondi Bregu says, is it a hot day there? No, it's not actually. It's a very pleasant winter day here in the United Arab Emirates. It's 22 degrees centigrade here, and the breeze is picking up a little bit, but it's nowhere near what it was yesterday, which caused the snipers so many problems. Yimit says, go Boru, you can win. Not so sure about that. Oh, I like that. Jump and slide in the pipe. Haven't seen that yet today. Greetings from the best cities in the world, Tijuana and Toluca. What? We're in the best city in the world. Corsi. Dubai. Live from Dubai this Wednesday afternoon. The Special Force Buru of Kyrgyzstan, their final hurdle, the solo wall. They're up, they're over it, and they're across the finish line, and a new marker has been laid down, 4:47.4. Well, when you put that in perspective in comparison to last year, where the winning time was 4:22.98, that's very good indeed. The Pakistani police didn't quite break the 5-minute mark, but just before Boru crossed that finish line, they were one of the fastest sides out. Vietnam police in 5:41. Now it's another of the ladies' teams, this time the Abu Dhabi Police ladies. Oh, it's nice to have some local music as well whilst they go round, some Arabic music ringing round the arena here at Al Rawaya. Rope climb is the first real test. It's not a serious test, but it's the first real test for all of the teams that go out today. Through the attic entry, that little trapdoor, dispatched with ease. Remember, they all have to touch the yellow, the painted yellow bar. Myra says today is the last day. Yes, it is, Myra. Today is the final day of this year's SWAT challenge. We'll be back again next year, of course. We will miss you, Joe. I'll miss you too, Myra, and I'll miss the competitors, because that's what this event is about. The judges think it's about them, but it's not. It's about all of these competitors, in particular the ladies' teams. 5 of them this year. Still to come, the Dubai Police ladies, and also the Belarusian ladies and the Thai Police ladies teams. Milo Velasovic, I hope I pronounced your name correctly, Milo. He's asking if I think the Gendarmerie of Serbia will be in the top 10. Well, they're currently lying 11th, aren't they? So, they have a chance. They have a chance. Jimmy says, let's go, ladies. Abu Dhabi Police on the monkey bars. crawl pit next, then the cargo net, and then the dreaded barrel roll. Over the cargo nets for the Abu Dhabi Police ladies. Yvonne Amiot is asking, are there no other events throughout the year? No, I'm sorry to say, Yvonne. You're going to have to wait 12 months for the UAE SWAT Challenge again. Super Anna says, much love from Bosnia and Herzegovina. Thanks for your time. Yes, it's been a pleasure. We're not done yet, though. We are on the barrel roll. Keep going. Yalla. Got to get that barrel back to the start. They are allowed to be assisted with that particular aspect, getting the barrel back, but they're not allowed to assist once the team members are actually on the barrel roll. Right, 2 more. Yalla. Sa, 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 sa. Sa! Fireman's Tower. Up next. That effort by the Abu Dhabi Police ladies just goes to show you how important the technique is across the Dream Killer. It can be done. You can't say that these ladies are the strongest in the competition. They've done it by technique. Sebastia Luna Matador. Are you a Matador? Can you send greetings to Eric from Tijuana? Yes, because we're in that final day festive spirit. Yes, we can. We're all in a good mood here in Al Ruwair in the Emirate of Dubai. Come on, chicas, you can do it. A Latin American term for ladies. As they go across the high weather. Oh, I love the socks. I love the pink stripy socks. Why is it only the ladies and the Brazilians that have brought a bit of colour? A little touch of colour to this event. The Thai police ladies as well. Up and over the Irish table. One more serious obstacle to do before the finish, and that's the solo wall. Go on, girls. 15 seconds until the cutoff. Yalla! Yalla! 10 seconds. Go, 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 go! And across the line. Oh, how close is that? By the skin of their teeth. 9:55.9. The Abu Dhabi Police Ladies C cross the finish line just under the time limit of 10 minutes. Oh, ho, ho, ho. My heart is racing. Well done, girls. You've done what many other teams have failed to do so far today. Conquered the dream killer and crossed the finish line inside the 10-minute mark. Wowzers. Wowzers, I think that's the closest we've come as we see China SWAT Team B tackle the obstacle course for their first time. Three teams this year from China: SWAT Team A, SWAT Team B, and the Hong Kong Police. Well, to those of you who said in the comments section online that none of the ladies' teams would finish inside the 10 minutes, how do you feel now? I think you all need to go sit down and pick the fluff out of your belly buttons. Nurgozen, I've had this question once or twice already today. I'll keep you updated throughout the course of the day. Nurgozen is asking about the participant who injured his leg on the tower yesterday. You're referring to the assaulter from Sungkar, who fell really badly as he was reaching the bottom of the tower on the rappel rope. He's broken or fractured his shin bone, Nurgozen, so yeah, very sad for him and for the Sungkar team, who you'd have to say would have been one of the title challengers this year if it wasn't for that unfortunate incident yesterday. But that just goes to show you how brutal this competition is. He hopped all the way to the pistol pen and then across the finish line with assistance from his colleagues, but it pretty much ended their challenge. He's in good spirits though. The China SWAT team on the barrel roll now. David Williams is saying, well done, Dubai ladies. That was actually the Abu Dhabi ladies, David. The Dubai ladies are coming a little bit later, as are the Belarusian ladies and the Thai police women's team. We're currently watching the Chinese Team B. So we've had the first sub 5 minute time. The Chinese SWAT Team B on the run for home. This could be sub 5 minutes as well. Final team members making their way up and over the Irish table. Just the solo wall to do. I don't think they're going to break the sub 4 minute 30 mark. Like I said, last year, Ahmad did it in 4:32. The fastest time was Uzbekistan, the Ministry of Internal Affairs, in 4:22, but they crossed the line in 4:43.5, a very quick time indeed for the Chinese SWAT Team B. You're watching the UAE SWAT Challenge live from the Emirate of Dubai in the UAE this Wednesday afternoon. Wherever you are in the world, it's the final day of this global challenge. It's been great to have you during the course of the week. No snipers' rifles today, no handguns, no pistols, no shotguns, no gas guns. It's all just arm guns. Your guns, if you want to call it that. As the PTJ team of Montenegro heads out now. A purely physical challenge, this, on the final day. And the football, as it's called, is what they're tackling now. Preceded by the horse jump, which they're just coming over. And then it's the human ladder. Ooh, this is a bit different. The member at the base, not face down, he's face up. I think I might have seen that once last year. I'm not sure what the benefit is. I'm sure it's something they've thought long and hard about, but either way, no problems there for PTJ.
On deck, up next will be number 22, New York Police Department, ESU service. Number 23 in the on-deck circles from Saudi Arabia. 24, Specialized Operations, South Africa, followed by 25, Iraqi Counterterrorism Service, ICTS, Iraq. 26, Qatar, Uzbekistan. 27 Royal Thai Police C, Thailand.
Nema stajanja, drži. Nema štetnje. Ajmo. Čekaj, drži. Bravo, duša. Drži. Tako je. Bravo, duša.
Here we go, the barrel roll. They look confident. Already team members coming down that fireman's tower. And in the water splash, I've noticed the difference between some who crawl through that pipe and those who try to slide through it. Elizabeth Gobeni says, go South Africa. Yeah, the first of the South African teams is coming up very soon indeed. The Special Operations team are first of the 2 South African teams that are entered into the competition this year. Rope swing, it's already caught one team member out so far this morning, resulting in a DNF. And just to remind you who've maybe just switched on, you're late. 3 attempts on each obstacle by a team member. Once those 3 attempts are done, it's classed as a DNF. It did not finish for the entire team. It's game over. There has also been introduced this year a 10-minute time limit. No issues with the PTJ. They'll easily come under that 10-minute ceiling. What have they got? 1, 2, 3 already over the solo wall. 2 more members to come. There's one, the 5th team member. Where is he? Oh, here he comes now over the Irish table. Right. Helped up and over by his colleagues for that short burst to the finish. Oh, a barrel roll. It's like the Olympics, this. 5:43.5 for PTJ of Montenegro. They're happy with that. So the China SWAT Team B, their time of 4:43.05 is still the time to beat so far. Times are tumbling as the day goes on. It's now the turn of the New York Police Department, their emergency service unit. The Jacob's ladder, over one, under the next. Only 2 teams have broken the 5-minute mark so far, and this the obstacle course event on day 5. The Attic entry is next for the NYPD. Two teams from the USA in this competition. The other from San Antonio. They've been going great guns this week. They'll be out a little bit later on, further down the draw. Attic entry, then the horse jump. All elements that you can see painted yellow they have to make contact with those. They can't avoid them. There is a yellow spar at the top of that rope climb. You see, he missed it, and then, thankfully, before he dropped to the ground, realized what he'd done, so just managed to clamber back and touch it. It's not like the last 4 days where you get specific time penalties. It's just a case of you don't do it, you have to do it again. And if you fail to do it on 3 occasions, like I said, it's game over. Waleed Muhammad says, can you do a shout out for the Beast in the South African team? Is that his nickname? But yes, Waleed, I can. Sterrenberg Truta says, come on South Africa, make us proud. The no problems with the human ladder. A good showing by the NYPD for that particular element. That's caught 1 or 2 out. Sendege says, can you tell us when Rwanda police head out? All of the teams, the schedule, the draw for day 5, this day 5 of the UAE SWAT Challenge is online, uaeswatchallenge.com, if you want to watch it live. YouTube, Dubai Police Channel, subscribe whilst you're at it. And also live on Dubai Sport, as well as live on Instagram as well. UAE SWAT Challenge it is on Instagram. Sam Code says, go USA. They're at the 5.5 minute mark on the cargo net, the NYPD at the moment. Rwanda's number 46 in the draw, I'm reliably told, but I can't see the draw. It's not in front of me right now, so go and check. Here we go. It's one over. Oh, he's going to have to do it again. The Dream Killer is living up to its name. Oh. The barrel roll. You heard one of his colleagues giving words of encouragement, shouting out that rhythm. Yes, get that swing going. Rhythm. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Whoa! As they cross the 9-minute mark in the NYPD. Is the Dream Killer going to live up to its name? Who's it said online? Call it the Dream Crusher. What do you think this is? An Olivia Rodriguez song? There goes the whistle. 3 attempts. If they don't do it on 3 attempts, it's all over. It's tough, very tough, this obstacle course. And this is how it looks at the top of the table. The China SWAT Team B in a time of 4:43.05. That's quick, but I don't think it'll be the quickest time today. Hang around, and I think those times will tumble. Lee Yanuari, I hope I've pronounced your name correctly, Lee. Moors and the team, you guys are making all of the South African units proud. Now it's the Saudis. The 2-8 team of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. They are on the Jacob's ladder. Oh, that's a little different technique, a little bump up. I like it. His colleagues, a little spring on the back. Yeah, I like this. I love teams that are so inventive. Not just today, but across the course of the week. There are a number of obstacles, whether it be the obstacle course itself, but obviously the first 4 days as well, where there are options to do things slightly differently. You can opt for different strategies, different techniques. And I love it when teams are inventive. I'm getting a number of comments about where the Saudis get their moustaches trimmed. I know, I love it. I want one myself. Who's their barber? Who is the other team member? Was it one of the San Antonio Police Department guys who had a really good tash? Let's call it a SWAT tash. FH says, go Saudi. Yes, here we go. The human ladder. I like it, I like it. Michael Ackerman says, I've been ditching phone calls and I've cancelled a meeting so I don't miss South Africa's special ops team. They're up next, Michael. Hang on in there. You won't have to wait long. Through the crawl pit for the Tuwaiq team of Saudi Arabia. The Saudi Internal Security Forces also are in the running. They will be coming up shortly. They have 135 points from their week so far. The Tuwaiq team have accumulated 121 points from this year's UAE SWAT Challenge. Here we go. You can see them just grabbing a handful of sand just to get a bit more grip. And a drink of water as well. The temperatures are rising. The wind is still quite low. There we go. It's always that last few inches that's the biggest challenge. Those stoppers are not easy to see when you're underneath that rolling barrel. You think you've made it, but you've still got just a couple more inches to go. Shabab. Now, the Saudi team have just one colleague remaining on the barrel roll. That's them done. So they can go up the fireman's tower with ease, which they do, and then come down the other side. Through the pipe, onto the wire. Teleq says, come on, South Africa. Well, it's Saudi that are out there at the moment, Tele, but I know that it's because you're waiting for the Special Operations Force of South Africa. Oh, almost. Remember, touch the ground, you have to start again. I think it helps being shorter on that particular obstacle. Thank you very much to Grate, Grupo Antiterrorista. of Colombia, who've just walked into my commentary box and given me some Colombian coffee. I think it's Colombian coffee. Laura Utet says, let's go, South Africa. I had so many messages from South Africa. Tell me where you are, though, in South Africa. I had someone in Joburg yesterday, and where was the other place? Cape Town, was it? I think. Mike Burze says, Yalla Shabab. And they're looking good to come in under the 10-minute mark. The Saudis, Yalla Shabab. The solo wall. Here's the final obstacle. They've got enough time. They've definitely got enough time. 3 members on top of the wall, 1 at the base. Here comes the final member, Yalla Shabab. That's 4. And across the finish line in 8:10.2 for one of the Saudi teams, the first of the Saudi teams out there today. Mashallah. Lindo Cooley says, I'm watching from Pretoria in South Africa. Tell her thank you very much for clarifying that you're in Joburg. Elise Filotto says, I want to be the commentator next year. I want gifts of vests, badges and coffee too. I'm still trying to work out if it is coffee, Elise, but yes, the teams have been absolutely fabulous. They've been so kind. Right, here we go. The moment you've all been waiting for, the first of the SAFA teams to go out today, the Specialized Operations Team of South Africa. 122 points they've gathered this week. No problems with the human wall for the South Africans. Here they are across the monkey bars. This is a good time so far. They're cracking on at a good pace, the Specialized Operations Team of South Africa. Just crossed 2 minutes. And a lot of support here at Al Rawaya. Sterenberg is from Durban, watching live as we speak at the first of the two South African teams. Karen says, I'm currently watching in Joburg. Here we go. It's the barrel roll. It's the barrel roll. It is the dream killer. No issues so far. Kwame is asking how many teams from Africa have participated in this competition. I want you to go and research that and tell me what the answer is, Kwame. There's 2 from South Africa. We have teams from Rwanda, a team from Morocco. The Kenyans are not back this year. Huge support around the arena. Here we go. Go, Maxi, go. Yeki says, let's go, South Africa. Michael Budzwa says, make us proud, cheering you on with the wife and kids in Pretoria. Salpot is watching live in Cape Town, not getting any work done. Yeah, I know. You sometimes forget it's a weekday. It is Wednesday afternoon here in the Emirate of Dubai. They've conquered the dream killer. Jacko Smuts, looking good, South Africa, looking good. I love the socks, by the way. These South African flag socks. Oh, easy, easy, easy. Your teammate's not done yet. Relax. Over the Irish table. One more hurdle and then they're home. I'm being bombarded with comments and questions from South Africa right now. Has the nation come to a standstill? No one seems to be doing any work, and kids don't seem to be in school either. Berenice Williams. Go Maxi. They're up and over the solo wall and across the finish line in 6:21.8 for the special ops of South Africa. Remember, the darkies are still to come. Adrian Sheriff says South Africa best of the best. Well, the best of the best in this challenge have yet to come. The leaders are out last at this year's event. Honor from Randfontein is watching and supporting the guys who've just crossed the line. Now it's the turn of Iraq, the Iraqi counter-terrorism service. Remember, all guys and girls who've been competing this week are active service members of various police departments, counter-terrorism units around the world. The fun and games finishes at the end of today, when they go back to work tomorrow. It gets serious again. Just remember that. And just to put things in perspective once again, the fastest time last year was the Ministry of Internal Affairs of the Republic of Uzbekistan. They did in 4:22.9, so a whisker under 4:23. We haven't matched that time yet this year, but begin again. Right. Once more. Again, the Iraqis opting for the anchor man at the bottom of that human ladder to be facing up rather than facing down. I must ask these guys at the end of this event what they think the benefit of that is. This is better. Mundi Bregu said, is this competition every year? Yes, you're absolutely right. It is every year. This is the 5th edition of the UAE SWAT Challenge. It began in 2019. Up and over the cargo net, and then those of you who have been following for some time earlier on this morning will now appreciate the stumbling block on this obstacle course, the one that's caused the most problems, which is the barrel roll. The time's pretty good so far. If you can get to that dream killer in a healthy time, you've got a good chance. Scramble through the pipe. They should throw some bubble bath in that water splash. Here they go, over the Irish table. No problems with the rope swing, didn't catch anyone out of the Iraqi team. Up and over the solo wall. And then home in a very respectable, a little spectacular tumble for good measure. 634.1 for the Iraqi counter-terrorism service. I hope he understands this is not like gymnastics in the Olympics where you get extra points for artistic interpretation. Barrel rolls don't get you higher up the table. Right, Kartal of Azerbaijan are on the start line. Then we have the Thai police ladies team. Remember, the Abu Dhabi police ladies set the benchmark for the women's teams. 5 women's teams involved this year. They set the benchmark earlier on. Just coming in under the 10-minute mark, 9:55.05 for the Abu Dhabi police ladies. So let's see what the Thai police ladies can do. Kavidan Ismailyov rooting for the Kartal team of Azerbaijan, as is Hafiza and Elvin. And Gulaktash. Well, they're out there on the course now. Just begun their challenge for the obstacle course. This is the final day of competition. Dashuri, just to answer your question. Hi, Joe. I'm from Albania. Where can I see the results, please? The results are online, UAE SWAT challenge.com. Today's results and the week's results, plus the final standings. What's the delay? Are we still waiting for that 15 member, or was he just taking his time? Right, he has to hook himself on, as you can see there, and hold on to that yellow spar at the top. Oh, this looks good. This looks good. No issues with the human wall. And that balance beam that was introduced this year by the organisers has tested no one so far. It's one of those that's a little bit like the ninja boards. Just something to make you think, not to really challenge you like the barrel roll. Thank you, Kwame, for answering your own question. 4 countries, from Africa involved in this year's UAE SWAT Challenge. Cameroon, Rwanda, South Africa, Morocco. The much-loved Kenyans did not return this year. Elena says there should be points for fashion. Like the Thai sniper yesterday, yeah. That's a good idea. What do you reckon for these t-shirts? How many points would you give them for the boys of Cartel, their tops? So far, I would have to put those Brazilian compression vests top of my particular table. Here we go. They're all over. Mr. Trouble says, can you talk about the techniques they're using on the different obstacles? Yes, I can. Why one team member or one team does something slightly different to another, I can't answer that. That's their own reasoning. Most of the teams have opted for this particular technique, hanging on the high wire. I haven't seen many. I saw more last year who slid along it on top. But I haven't seen it this year as much. Maybe we'll see it more from some of the later teams in the competition. Many of these obstacles are, there's only one or two which actually require a specific technique. Many of them are just what you and I would do, albeit a lot slower, Mr. Trouble. So, as the final team member comes across the rope swing, this is caught out one or two. It's such a simple obstacle, but with that fatigue, they just don't tackle it properly, and then the foot touches down. The Irish table, it's just high enough to make things tricky when you are blowing. If they can get this guy up and over the solo wall, they've got plenty of time, no danger for the 10-minute limit. And across the finish line in a time of 7 minutes dead, 0.2. For the Azerbaijanis, the Cartel team of Azerbaijan. Now it's the turn of the ladies again. The Royal Thai Police C team, the ladies team. So the time to beat for the ladies part of this competition is Abu Dhabi Police, 55.05. Just crossing the finish line before the 10-minute cut-off, the Abu Dhabi Police ladies team. Touch that yellow bar at the top. You can see the judges in red watching on closely. Any fault, unlike yesterday, it's not time penalties that are added on, it's simply a case of back to the beginning, do it again. If you don't get it in the third attempt, it's all over for you and the team. More than welcome to come down here to Al Rawaya this Wednesday afternoon, even after school, after work. Very near the Dubai Outlet Mall. There's plenty of parking and it's free to get in. Right. Now you see the girls of the Royal Thai Police also opting for that technique of getting in position first, then pulling themselves up to lock in place the ankles of the team member above, and that seems to be the best way to go from what I've seen both last year and this year. They made it look easy. Cargo net, then the dream killer. That's what's coming. James Kondo. The Philippines already finished, he's asking. No. No, they're not. The Philippines police, which I think you're referring to, have yet to go out. They are fourth next. They are after Saudi Arabia, China, Kuwait. Then we have the Philippines National Police Team. Meanwhile, we're watching the ladies on the barrel roll. No problems. Ma fi mushkila. Three more members on that obstacle, that barrel roll. But you can't relax. Just remember, we've seen a number of teams this morning whereby 4 members are across the barrel roll without issue, and then the 5th and final member has ended it all by failing on the 3rd attempt. Well, you can probably hear by the cheers that the fifth and final member has made it. No dreams crushed yet for the Royal Thai Police ladies. Doing good so far, though. And they're on target as well. I don't think they're going to be under threat for that finish line. Not at the moment anyway, but remember, it's not about the team member that's first, it's about the team member that's last. Rope swing, Irish table. That's a real jump for these girls. Scrambling up and over, they're making it look easy. That's 3 over the solo wall. Oh, this is going to be quick. This is without question going to be the fastest female time today. One more to come. Remember, 9:55 was the benchmark set by Abu Dhabi Police ladies. We've just crossed the 7-minute mark. Hang on. And across the line in 7 minutes 12.4 for the Royal Thai Police ladies team. Oh, they're happy with that. Now it's the turn of the Saudis, the Saudi Internal Security Forces Sports Federation from the kingdom. All smiles and tashes it is on that start line. Jacob's ladder first. Really opened a tin of worms now. Everyone wanting to know who the barber is of the Saudi team. Those perfectly trimmed tashes of some of the team members of both groups. This copy says, well done, ladies. Yep, the Royal Thai Police ladies have set down that just over 7-minute benchmark for the women's teams. 5 women's teams involved this year. We've had 3 out on the obstacle course already, 2 still to come. Team from Belarus and Dubai Police ladies. Now the human ladder. What technique. The Saudis as well. A slightly different type of ankle hold, but it's still working. And we've seen all the teams, the anchor man at the top. Arms under. That seems to be the way to go. plenty of visitors throughout the course of the week. Both dignitaries, VIPs, and lots of members of the public coming to support their respective countries' teams. In particular, we've had a lot of fans, especially yesterday, from China, coming to support the Chinese SWAT teams. 3 teams from China. And this obstacle course, the final challenge for all 73 teams that have taken part this year, 41 countries in total. Here we go, the dream killer. The barrel roll, as it's officially called. It's as much psychological, this challenge, as it is physical. But getting a good rhythm going is definitely important. Two across already for the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. 2 more done, only 1 to go. And I can't stress enough how lonely it is being that last man or woman across the barrel roll, when you can see your teammates disappearing into the distance. You've got to hang on in there on your own.